Welcome to the Blessed Channel's World Sleep Day special. Tomorrow, March 13th, is World Sleep Day, and today I have two experts here with me, and we are going to talk about sleep and sleeplessness. Welcome, Sharmila, who's here with me in the room, and Dr. Sowmya Ramrakhyani to today's panel. Could you start with introducing yourself? We'll start with you, Sowmya.
Sure. So my name is Sowmya. I'm a physician and an art of living teacher. I have been teaching well-being techniques with the art of living for many years. Art of Living is a nonprofit that's been around for 46 years, teaching well-being programs to over millions of people in 180 countries. And that's it. That's about me.
Welcome. Sharmila?
Hi Sowmya, hi Kishori. Thanks for having us here. I also like Sowmya in a medical profession. I have done research. I'm a research scientist. Especially, I have done research in diabetes and hypertension, and I think it is very closely related to how well we sleep, and then how can we manage these chronic illnesses through a good night's sleep. So I think, and then because tomorrow is a sleep day, it's a perfect time to discuss about this.
Yes, definitely. Welcome. So, yesterday I was doing some research on sleeplessness, and I read that in the US, more than 400 million productivity loss is observed, which is amazing. I was surprised that it's that big, meaning that sleeplessness is really very prevalent. Would you throw some light on that from your experience, Sowmya?
Sure. Actually, it's more common than we think, the problem with sleep. About 1 in 3 Americans cannot get good sleep at night, but only a small percentage identify as having a problem. If you look at the percentage of people who think they have chronic insomnia or any kind of insomnia, it's very small. So a lot of people have normalized not sleeping well at night or not sleeping enough or waking up in the morning tired even though they think they have slept. And it has an immense loss of not only productivity, but in our communication, to our health, to our relationships. So sleep affects everything. And yes, it is very prevalent, much more than the numbers even suggest.
And maybe that's because, like you said, it becomes so normalized that we don't really categorize as sleeplessness. Would you agree, Sharmila? What's been your experience?
Yeah, I totally agree with you because I can see that if I don't get a good night's sleep, the first thing in the morning, like I'm very irritable. I don't feel. Sometimes I don't even feel like getting up because I didn't get good night's sleep, and then obviously my family gets it when I do that. I just snap. I'm more unawareness. I'm not aware of how I'm really reactive. I become very reactive to the situation, and very small thing really upsets me. And definitely when I was working, the sleeplessness would get my productivity down, and it's very important for us to be productive right now. So sleep is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. When we don't sleep enough, for example, the time changed last Sunday.
Yes.
And that's why the World Sleep Day is celebrate or recognized around this time in March, is because the time change, which is observed in the US and some other countries, I'm not sure which other country does that. But when you change the clock, it doesn't mean that your inner clock has changed. And that difference of even 1 hour can have serious consequences for health and for productivity and for driving accidents. And there's so many studies that have shown that the next Monday after the time change, heart attacks go up by 24%. In the next 2 days after time change, strokes go up by 8%. That week, driving accidents go up by 6%. So sleep is so essential for our cognition, which is how our brain functions, how our brain processes information. So it makes a lot of sense that productivity and lack of sleep are very, very closely connected.
That's a really great observation. Like you said, just that 1 hour makes such a difference on the quality of our mind and just well-being. So, what are some of the common drivers or reasons that cause sleeplessness?
Well, I mean, there are so many why people are not able to sleep well. But essentially, it can boil down to a few things. One, and the most common, is mental stress. So all day long, we are dealing with stressful situations, raising kids, doing work at work. The work is demanding, and then we maybe get some time for ourselves. Not even in that, we look at the phone and something comes that disturbs us. All day long, so much is being asked of people, and when you get into bed, you carry the same mind with you. So maybe when we were younger, or if you are lucky, even now, you lie in bed, your head hits the pillow, and you're out. But for many of us, sleep is no longer an on off switch. And because we carry the same mind into the bed with us, that mind doesn't know that it's resting time. It still keeps going, thinking about what had happened or what you have to do. So, mental stress of any kind, I would say, is a very important contributor towards poor sleep. There can also be sometimes acute things that you may be going through, like physical distress, or sometimes they can be like an illness or something that can disturb the sleep. But usually those are more time bound, and those are recognized more easily, treated better. But it's when it's mental stress, that's when a lot of people, have poor sleep without recognizing it, that I'm not sleeping well.
Yeah, in fact, Sowmya, you got to such a good point, because when you are mental stress and then that imbalance is there, then slowly start showing it in your physical aspect of your life, right? Diabetes is one of them. Like I have done like so much research, and most of this is because of the mental stress and then not managing your stress properly. And also even for the women, like hormonal imbalance happens because of the poor sleep, because it just adds and adds and adds, and then it becomes in a bigger way heart attacks because of that, just even high blood pressure, all those things are, it just accumulates. So having is just that one day you're good, sleep well, and then it's not on and off switch, that how Soumya was saying, right? Just having that consistent sleep. And sleep is not about just lying down 7 to 8 hours, but it is having a restorative sleep. It's so important. And then I feel blessed that I have that, and we'll talk about it more, right? Yeah. Huh, Soumya, you were saying something.
No, go ahead, Kishori. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, I see youngsters use white noise as a means to falling asleep. Like you said, our minds are racing, and especially this younger generation, they are so much into social media screens. So their minds are racing as well, and then they feel like, oh, I just turn on some white noise and it's going to help me fall asleep. But we have holistic and natural means of creating better sleep discipline and better sleep health for us. Can you tell a little about that?
Yeah, you bring up a very good point. I mean, there's a lot of things out there for better sleep. And for anyone who has not slept well and they look into this, they will find there are a number of things, like from your eye masks to, white noise machine, to like supplements, to mattresses. I was just reading online, and there's a mattress in the world that costs $400,000 for a mattress, probably more than our houses. The cost of the mattress. So yes, there is a lot of stuff out there that is primarily focused on creating a conducive environment. You can have the best mattress and the best pillow and the best white noise machine, but if your mind is disturbed, it's not going to guarantee that you are going to sleep. We have all observed that we could be in a vacation and the best hotel in the most comfortable situation, but if we are disturbed about something, or something is emotionally upsetting for us, we don't sleep, we don't rest. So, what is key here is creating a situation in your own nervous system, in your own mind, that sleep happens naturally, where you are able to relax so that sleep happens naturally rather than forcing it. So, neither can a environment put you to sleep, neither can you think your way to sleep. You have to signal to your nervous system that it's time to sleep. And that's what the holistic techniques do. Breath work is a very, very easy, very effective way to calm the nervous system and signal it that it's time to sleep. And the sleep and anxiety protocol, which is taught by the Art of Living as a sleep solution, is very, very effective because it uses breath work and other things to create that nervous system relaxation. So sleep happens naturally.
Okay. So, Sharmila, is that your go-to technique as well, this sleep and anxiety?
100%.
Tell me more.
Not even a question in that. Like as Sowmya was explaining about this sleep and anxiety protocol, we it's a 3-day workshop, and then about couple of days per session, and we tell, like we guide, the instructor will guide you through some processes and all, some breathing technique and some of the other processes that you can start, and you'll get that protocol that you can do it every day, so that you can start getting better sleep. Yeah, and then Soumya will put some more lights on that. But our nervous system has two modes: the sympathetic, which is the work mode, where when we are working, when we are doing things in the morning, like daytime, you need that. Yeah, but then there is a parasympathetic nervous system, which is a mode where there is a rest and sleep in, and only when our nervous system is in that mode, you sleep well, you get a good night's sleep. So how to bring that our system into that mode is through this meditation, through this like breath work and all. Those technique will put your body into that parasympathetic nervous system mode, where then sleep becomes very natural. You're not forcing, but it just automatically happens. Right, Soumya?
Yeah, absolutely. And what is special about the sleep and anxiety protocol is not just like one breath work or one meditation. It's actually a sequence of steps that are proven to help you with better sleep. So it's beyond doing one thing. You know how sometimes people can just practice a little bit of that, a little bit of this. It's actually a sequence of things that you can do, and the effects are cumulative. When you do it over time, with the practice of the protocol, you're training your inner clock that I was mentioning earlier to have us to sleep at a certain time, to get the signal that it's time to rest. So the protocol is very effective and a very structured way to sleep. And I want to share, we have also been doing some research on the protocol, like taking, uh, collecting data from people who have been doing it. And in the short time, we have found that people who are doing the protocol consistently report that they can sleep, they can fall asleep easier, they can stay asleep longer, and they're waking up more refreshed. And if you look at it from the angle of statistical strength, it's a very significant result. So these results are very encouraging, that this program is not only showing anecdotal evidence, but also scientific strength.
That's really amazing, the numbers you are sharing and the impact. That sounds really incredible. And it doesn't require any external means, like it's all just inbuilt, right?
Yeah.
So what is the relation of sleep and mind and breath? Can you tell a little more about that?
Well, sleep and mind and breath are very closely connected. Breath is able to calm the mind, so sleep can happen. But at the same time, if you have not slept, then the mind is more dysregulated. So you need both good sleep and good breath work for a good mind.
Amazing.
Sharmila,
Simple things, but still so effective.
yeah.
That's
I
what
don't know if Sharmila wants to say anything about
No,
this.
I think for me it's more practical. Whenever right now I just rely on my meditation and then my breath work every day, single day, so that I can get good night's sleep, so I can really function at my fullest capacity the next day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's so much is going on in the world. We are bombarded with so many news and all. It is hard to get anxious. But
Right.
then when you have this technique, at least that really I feel so blessed to have this technique in my life, where I can have switch off that whatever is going on, and then have the restful sleep, so I can have like function well next day, and then do my whatever I have to do more
Yeah.
effectively. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, I would say to whoever is listening to this record, this program, that really prioritizing our sleep is so important. And most of us are exhausted, but we don't go to sleep or can't go to sleep is not because if it's a personal failing, it's because we live in systems that don't prioritize rest. Like nobody prioritizes rest. Like so much glorification is for working through, right? For work, for like constantly working, for staying up late at night, always being available, always being on. So we don't prioritize rest, but rest is so important because when we haven't slept, we are functioning as if we are mildly drunk. That's why you will see the cognition goes down, accidents can happen, people make mistakes. The days I know that I have not had good sleep for whatever reason, I have to double, triple check my work because the chances of me making mistakes that day is very high. And then also our communication and our relationships suffer. So I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say you're working in the kitchen, right? You're making dinner and you used, I don't know, milk for something, and there's someone else in the kitchen with you, maybe your sibling or your child or your spouse or your partner, and then you tell them, I'm done with this milk, can you please keep it in the fridge? And maybe they're on their phone, right? And they say, yeah, I'll keep it in some time. Now if you have slept well, if you're well emotionally regulated, you'll be like, okay, no problem. But let's say you haven't slept well and your emotional brain is more active. Such a small thing can be like, nobody helps me. I have to do everything myself. This is not helpful. Like, no, like even such a small thing can become upsetting. So if you find yourself doing that, then definitely protect your sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep because sleep is really fundamental. Like nutrition and like exercise for good health, sleep is highly, highly fundamental for that.
Incredible. I'm hearing that downward spiral of having stress, not being able to sleep, get more stressed, and then break that, come back up, break the loop.
Yeah. And I would say using something like breath work, using something like meditation, the sleep and anxiety protocol, those are very, very easily, very accessible ways to protect sleep that don't force you to sleep. They actually create the environment, create the situation in your nervous system where sleep happens very easily.
That is true. That is true. And we'll put a link to information about our sleep and anxiety protocol along with this recording as well, so
Yeah.
people have access to it.
I would also say that besides the sleep and anxiety protocol, we've also designed a free 7-day sleep journey in the Journey app. We just launched it yesterday because this is Sleep Awareness Week. We just launched it as a resource for people. It is a 7-day short sequence of videos, some breath work meditation, which can be a great starting point for those who may not feel ready to take a 3-day program just yet. In that journey, they will find tips, science-based tips, how to regulate your sleep cycle, how to support your sleep, plus breath work and meditation they can practice to actually start feeling the relaxation in their nervous system. But I would say that whenever you can, if you are someone who's struggling with your sleep, who wants to improve the quality of your sleep, definitely invest the time to learn how to nurture your sleep and protect it, because sleep is a foundation of good health. Especially as we get older, it's very, very important that we sleep well.
For sure. And so this sleep journey you talked about is available on the Art of Living Journey app,
Correct.
which is available on Apple and Google Play
Yeah,
stores to download.
correct. And I'll
Incredible.
give you the link to, you can share that as well.
Okay, and so one tip for anybody who is having challenges sleeping.
Hmm. Only one tip. Okay. Like, echoing some other situations we have seen. Um, I would say that first of all, be gentle with yourself. When you are not sleeping, you are running on lower capacity. Your body and brain haven't had the chance to recuperate like they should have. So you might find that things are a little bit harder. So just be gentle with yourself. And whatever is your next opportunity to grab some sleep, do that. Sleep. My tip for you is to sleep.
Okay. And Sharmila, your one tip for getting better sleep.
I think the similar what Soumya is saying, but I feel that sleep and breath is not new to us. Like we used to, when we were babies, we were used to sleep so well. Like we see all the babies, they just sleep like within a second they're like gone. And then sometimes say, how can they sleep so well? So we were that. So maybe I would say that if you feel that there is so much overwhelming work and everything, like a lot of things are you're handling or you're doing, maybe take some me time in that. Like just reduce that and just have like go for a walk or something, and see we can reduce your workload and then your mental load less, so that you can get and do this program. Definitely the breath work will help, but sometimes I definitely take a lot and then I get overwhelmed. So I feel that if you feel that overwhelming, then maybe reducing some of the things in your life, that can be okay. People can't stay without you, that's fine. For me, I learn everything doesn't have to be I have to do it. So just
I have to do it now.
just taking that break to yourself, I think that's like as a message, go easy on yourself.
Okay.
Protecting our sleep is important.
Yeah.
Recognizing that my sleep is something that does need equal priority in life. That would be good to keep in mind as well.
So there you have two amazing tips from these two amazing experts. Thank you, Sharmila and Sowmya, for joining the Blessed channel and sharing your expertise and tips on importance of sleep in celebration of the World Sleep Day.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and then happy sleep day.
Happy
And
World
then
Sleep Day.
And then sleep
Rest
well
well, everybody.
tonight. Thanks, Kishori. Thanks so much.